Brian Azzarello's The Joker, 2008, is not a superhero story in the traditional sense. It's a crime noir tragedy told from the ground level of Gotham's underworld, where power is not worn as a costume, but felt as fear. This graphic novel strips the Joker of cartoon excess and presents him as something far more disturbing, a gangster who happens to be completely insane. And at the center of it all is Johnny Frost, a nobody who believes proximity to chaos might finally make him somebody. Welcome back to your Captain Comics. From the very beginning, the story makes one thing clear. This is not about Joker's origin. This is about his gravity, about how people are pulled into his orbit, destroyed by it, and somehow still believe it was worth it. Gotham as a nightmare made real. Azzarello's Gotham is a city where crime is the only currency that matters. Power isn't symbolic, it's violent, immediate, and transactional. Gotham isn't just corrupt, it's predatory. Azzarello once described it as all of our urban nightmares and fears made into reality, and that philosophy bleeds into every page. There are no safe corners here, no moral high ground, just shifting alliances, bruised egos, and bodies waiting to fall. The tone is pure noir. Every character is compromised, every relationship is built on leverage, and instead of following Batman or the Joker directly, the story filters everything through Johnny Frost, a low-level crook who narrates the events with unsettling sincerity. Johnny isn't smart, powerful, or respected. What he is, though, is eager, and that eagerness becomes his undoing. Johnny Frost and the seduction of power. Johnny Frost begins the story as a nobody who knows he's a nobody. He's been in and out of prison, his marriage is falling apart, and his life has no upward trajectory. But Johnny has one fatal weakness. He wants to matter. When Joker is released from Arkham Asylum, Johnny volunteers to be the one who picks him up. Not because he's brave, but because he sees opportunity. From the moment Joker steps into the car, Johnny is terrified, but that fear is mixed with awe. Joker doesn't rant or laugh hysterically. He's controlled, reserved, holding something back. That restraint makes him infinitely more unsettling. Johnny feels it immediately, describing an instinctual clench deep in his gut. Still, he pushes forward, because fear feels like relevance. Johnny renames him Johnny, stripping him of individuality while pretending it's affection. Johnny accepts it gladly. Being renamed by Joker feels like being chosen. The Joker as a criminal, not a supervillain. Azzarello's Joker is not a mastermind with elaborate schemes. He's a bully, a gangster, the worst kind, because he's unpredictable and completely insane. This Joker doesn't rely on theatrics. He relies on intimidation and implication. Violence is never far away, but it's often delayed just long enough to make it unbearable. Azzarello intentionally grounded the Joker in realism, arguing that true horror comes from plausibility. This Joker could exist. He laughs, he cries, he shows moments of vulnerability, and that makes him more dangerous, not less. Like historical tyrants, he uses fear as currency, rewarding obedience and punishing hesitation. Johnny mistakes these human moments for connection. He believes that understanding Joker somehow makes him special. It doesn't. It just makes him useful.
Killer Croc and the illusion of status. The first major stop after Joker's release is a meat warehouse, where Killer Croc and his crew sit playing cards. Joker disarms Croc with flattery, telling him he makes him feel handsome. It's absurd, disarming, and effective. Croc joins Joker without resistance. For Johnny, this is transformative. Walking beside Joker and Croc, he feels his status change instantly. People look at him differently. For the first time in his life, Johnny feels seen. He believes he's becoming somebody. This illusion grows stronger when they return to Monty's strip club. Joker celebrates his release with drugs, alcohol, and excess. But beneath the party atmosphere, tension simmers. When Monty questions Joker's choices, Joker answers not with words, but with brutality. Monty is flayed alive and paraded on stage, reduced to raw muscle. Johnny is horrified, but he's also exhilarated. When Joker asks who wants to help him take the city back, Johnny answers internally without hesitation. He wants this. He wants the power, no matter the cost. Harley Quinn reimagined. In this story, Harley Quinn is not comic relief. She barely speaks. Her silence makes her terrifying. Azzarello plays her against type, turning her into muscle rather than a punchline. She stays close to Joker not because she's foolish, but because she's loyal and lethal. Johnny observes Harley with fascination, interpreting her devotion as love, strength, and purpose. He doesn't see the danger, or rather he sees it and chooses to ignore it, just as he ignores every warning sign around him. The bank robbery and Johnny's past. On the way to a bank robbery, Joker offers Johnny pills. When Johnny refuses, Joker grabs him by the throat. The message is clear. Refusal is not an option. Joker doesn't tolerate boundaries. Submission is the price of survival. The robbery itself is almost mundane. No alarms, no deaths. Joker finds it boring. That contrast is chilling. Violence, when it happens, is not for necessity. It's for expression. Johnny reflects on his past, his 5th prison sentence, and his vow to never go back. His wife Shelley meets him upon release, only to hand him divorce papers. She accuses him of abandoning her and their children. Johnny hears her words, but they don't land. He's already chosen a new family. Penguin, disrespect, and absolute control. When Penguin is brought before Joker, he's referred to as Abner, a deliberate act of disrespect. Joker demands Penguin invest his stolen money and return 10 times the value. It's not a negotiation. Joker knows Penguin controls Gotham's financial arteries, and he exploits that knowledge mercilessly. Johnny is in awe. Watching Joker bend powerful figures to his will feels intoxicating. This, Johnny believes, is how he wants to live. He doesn't realize that standing near the fire doesn't make you fireproof. Tommy Bang Bang, an arbitrary death. Joker's meeting with Tommy Bang Bang is cordial, professional, almost polite. A deal is struck. Everyone believes it's over. Then Joker changes his mind. He returns and shoots Tommy without hesitation, then places the gun in his own mouth, smiling. Johnny finally understands something crucial. Joker isn't about thinking. There is no logic to anticipate, no rule book to follow. And yet, Johnny continues, convinced that loyalty will somehow shield him. Johnny's delusion of importance. As Joker wipes out mid-level crime bosses, Johnny feels omniscient. He knows where the bodies are buried. He feels powerful. That power emboldens him to challenge Killer Croc, and the result is humiliating. Croc hangs him on a meat hook, reminding him that Johnny works for Croc, not Joker. Still, Johnny clings to the idea that he's different. When Croc is excluded from a backroom meeting with Penguin and Joker, Johnny interprets it as proof of his own elevation. He believes he's now a finesse player. In reality, he's still disposable.
Harvey Dent reaches out to Johnny through a cop who breaks into his apartment. Dent warns him plainly Joker will see him die and laugh, not out of cruelty, but because death is the punchline. Johnny hears the warning and ignores it. When Joker later calls him late, Johnny tries to emulate Croc's earlier defiance. Joker responds by kicking him brutally and reminding him that he has no problems. Johnny is not equal. He never was. Chaos, blood, and the illusion of understanding. After an ambush involving Riddler's stolen suitcase, Johnny kills the cop to save Joker. This act seals his fate. From that moment on, there is no going back. Gotham descends into slaughter as Joker retaliates against Dent's operations. Johnny begins to rationalize everything. He witnesses Joker cry in Harley's arms and interprets it as vulnerability. He recalls sacrificing a frog to protect it from a bully and convinces himself that he understands Joker. That understanding becomes his justification. Gotham Zoo and the breaking point. The final confrontation takes place at Gotham Zoo. Dent agrees to negotiate. Johnny's wife Shelley is revealed as a hostage. Joker slashes Dent's wrist mid-conversation and kills his men. Harley is revealed to be disguised as a gorilla. Shelley is released. Joker declares them even, but there is no relief, only dread. Batman, the Shadow in the Sky. As Joker and Johnny spiral further, they murder innocents without reason.
The bat signal lights the sky. Batman has arrived. Joker's crew begins to fall. Harley is taken. Croc is left hanging in the warehouse. On a bridge, Joker breaks down in tears while Johnny laughs. The roles have reversed. Joker knocks Johnny down and holds a gun to his head. Batman intervenes. The gun fires. Johnny dies. His final realization is haunting. There will always be a Joker because there is no cure, no solution. Only the endless cycle of people who believe they can survive standing too close to madness, and they're always wrong. Our nerdy thoughts. If you made it this far, you've seen what the Joker is really about. It's not the clown, the chaos, or even Batman lurking in the shadows. It's about people like Johnny Frost, ordinary nobodies who think standing next to power will protect them, who believe understanding evil somehow makes them immune to it. Johnny wanted to be somebody, and all it cost him was everything. Azzarello's The Joker reminds us that the most terrifying monsters aren't born in acid vats or secret labs. They're created when fear, admiration, and ambition collide. The Joker doesn't need an origin story here because he doesn't change. The people around him do, and they always pay the price. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Gotham's darkest corner, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more comic book breakdowns, and let me know in the comments what you think is more terrifying, the Joker himself or the people who choose to follow him. Until next time, stay curious and stay out of Gotham's shadows.